Hi everyone, happy Friday. I'm Matt Johnson and today is a great day for a watch review. On my wrist today, I've got the Pioneer Chronograph from Wishmoor Watches in the United Kingdom. It's a great little watch and on today's episode, we're going to give it a full review. I've also got my beer, I've got my cool Beer and Watches t-shirt on, so time's a ticking. Let's get stuck in. Hey guys, happy Friday. Hope you're all ready for the weekend. Make sure you've got your favorite watch on, you've got your beer cracked, and you kick back and relax because after all, you deserve it. My name's Matt Johnson and I'm your host of my YouTube channel, Beer and Watches, where I bring you watch news, watch reviews, and always mix it with craft beer brews every Friday. It used to be every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but my schedule's so busy right now that we're only going to be doing videos on Friday. So if this is your first time here and you're not subscribed yet, please do click the subscribe link down there to the bottom right of the screen and also hit the bell notification so you don't miss every single one of my new videos. Now today I'm going to review the Pioneer Chronograph from Wishmoor Watches. I'm also going to be reviewing Moosehead Lager. That review will be coming up a little bit later in the episode. Now, to understand Wishmoor Watches and the Pioneer Chronograph, you have to take yourself back. Another era where times were simpler and life just moved a little bit slower. The construction of jewelry and watches was a little bit grander and style, well, let's face it, a little more sophisticated. Now, as a child of the 70s, I know I just had an easy paper round as a kid. I also moisturize. Seen. I really miss those days, and that's why it's so nice when something comes along and sparks that feeling of nostalgia. Now, all of those feelings don't often come together in one watch, but when I received the Pioneer Chronograph, guess what? All those nostalgic feelings, those retro vintage feelings, all came rushing back. Now, Wishmoor Watches in the UK right now only has the Pioneer line. This is kind of their launch watch, if you like. If you want to check out Wishmoor Watches, you can go to this website right here, wishmoorwatches.com. I'll also put that link in the description below this video. Richard, the owner of Wishmoor Watches, in my opinion, has done absolutely everything right with this watch. Now, if vintage retro is not really your thing, then you're not going to like this watch. But if it is your thing, then you are going to love it. The prices on these watches come in at £210, which at the time of this video is about $300 US, give or take, and about $370 Canadian. As it happens, starting tomorrow on the Wishmoor website, they're actually giving 10% off all their watches. Okay, so I've gone on long enough. Let's swing the camera around and let's take a look at this watch. I absolutely love the styling of this watch with that nice cushion case, the brown leather strap, the vintage feel with the chronograph dial and the brown sunburst dial there and the big easily readable date window at the 6 o'clock position. Let's get this off wrist. Let's give it a little quick polish just to make sure that it shines nice and bright. Shines bright like a diamond. I'm not the best singer, that's why I review watches and do magic for a living. Now I have it here in the brown, which I really like. It also comes in green as well. It also comes in silver and it also comes in black. You can also get the straps, which are genuine leather, very soft. You can get these in brown, which I have on this one. You can also get it in a black and you can also get it in a Milanese stainless steel band as well. Let's start on the case. The case is actually a 316L stainless steel. It's got high polishing to the front of the case here and to the bezel as well. And then we've got a brushed finish on the sides of the case. And that brushing is really, really well done. We're just going to set this to the obligatory 10-2 position to give us a little bit better look at the dial. The second hand is actually a sub dial right here at the 3 o'clock position. This hand pointing up to the 12 position is the chronograph hand. Now, as far as the rest of the dial, we have a hour track all the way around with the minutes as well. The hours and minutes are printed onto that sunburst dial, except for the double hour marker at the 12 o'clock position and the single hour marker at the 6 o'clock position. Those are actually applied and they are fully loomed. We also have loom on the hour and minute hand as well. Just below the 12 o'clock position, we have the Wishmoor logo, which is a W and an M top to bottom. Down here at the 6 o'clock position, we have a very, very sizable date window. Very easy to read indeed, no problems at all. White backing, black numerals, and we've got a stainless steel border around that window. The whole kind of case and dial has definitely got that vintage retro look about it, which I think is just very cool, and that high polishing looks really nice on there. Now, the glass on this is a sapphire crystal. It does have a slight dome to it. Here at the 9 o'clock position, we've got the 30-minute counter dial, and we've got that retro white TV style box in the middle with those two retro style dials in the middle of that box. All in all, I think that face looks very well balanced, very unique, and that sunburst just catches the light beautifully. It is a genuine leather strap. It is nice and soft. It's got a little bit of cushion to it, some nice stitching, two keepers, one movable, one sewn in place, and then we've got a tang buckle here, stainless steel 316L with the Wishmoor logo on there. It's a pretty basic style strap, but it is well made. It's soft right out of the package, and as I say, everything about it is no nonsense, but it certainly fits the vintage style of this watch, and I like that a lot. I think it looks really, really nice on there. Now, let's do some quick measurements here for you. The case without the crown is going to come in at 39.5 diameter. Actually, you know what? Let's just adjust that slightly, because yeah, about 40 millimeter diameter on the case, and with the crown we've got a 42.5. As far as the lug to lug on this goes, we've got about a 52 millimeter lug to lug. So it is a little bit bigger on the lug to lug, and that's due to that rectangular cushion shape. We've got a little bit of a curve down there on the lug, so it will hug the wrist. So anybody with a 7.5 inch wrist and up is going to find that this should wear nice on the wrist. I've got a 7.5. As you can see, the lugs don't quite come to the end of the wrist. So again, 7 inch wrist and upwards, this is going to be a nice fit. Below 7 inch, the lugs may overhang the wrist just a little bit. As far as thickness on this goes, let's take a quick look here. Remember, we've got a domed crystal on there, so we've got a 12.2 millimeter thickness on this. Strap width is 20 millimeters, tapering down to a 17.5 millimeter strap. So 20 millimeter strap on this, nice to see. That means it's going to be really easy to get replacement straps if you want to switch this out. Okay, on the back we've got a high polished stainless steel screw down case back. As you can see right here, water resistance is 5 ATMs. We've got stainless steel Ronda movement, so it's a Swiss Ronda movement, Wishmoor and sapphire crystal. We've got the Wishmoor logo in the middle. This is all etched onto that high polished case back. The crown has got the Wishmoor logo engraved on it. Good sized crown, nice coin edge to that crown. I actually like the vintage styling of that. It's kind of a little flatter against the case, and I think that looks really nice. The pushers work very, very well. This is a split time chronograph, so essentially what happens is when we press the top pusher, you're going to see that chronograph hand starts to tick. And when we press it again, it will stop. And when we press the bottom one, it will reset. So that's your standard timing function. Now, if you want to do a dual split time, so for example, if two people are running a race and you want to time when the first person crosses the line and then the second person crosses the line, you press the top button, top pusher to start the chronograph dial there. Then instead of pressing the top button again, you press the bottom button to record when the first person crosses the finish line. So right there, which pauses it, but what's happening is that chronograph, that dial is still ticking in the background, so the movement is still counting away in the background. So when I press this again to now clock the second person, this will catch up to itself, and you can see there it catches up to itself, and then we press the top button to stop it. all right, and bottom button to reset. So that's how the chronograph works. As far as setting the date and time goes, you pull out one time to set the date, works very smoothly, clicks in good, no problems there. Little bit of a half turn before the date switches. And then if you take a look at the sub-second dial there, you can see it's ticking away. If I pull the crown out again, that second dial will stop, which means that this does have a hacking feature. It is hackable, which means that the second hand stops when you pull the crown out all the way for time setting, which allows for more precise time setting. Setting the hands is very nice. Not much play in there at all. Pretty responsive. Works well. Nice and solid. Push back in and everything's locked. It is a push-pull crown, so this watch is not going to be for diving, swimming or anything like that, but should be good to, you know, light splashes, bit of water, and you'll be fine. Now what we're going to do now, we're going to take the case back off here, take a look at the movement inside, the accuracy of the movement and things like that. But before we do that, it's time for a beer break. Alright guys, my channel would not be Beer and Watchers without the beer. So today I've got Moosehead Canadian Lager, one of my favourite beers here in Canada. It's 5% alcohol volume, comes in these 473 milliliter cans, and if you want to check these guys out, I will put a link to their website in the description below this video. I can't actually find the website on here, so I'll find it and I'll put it down there below this video. Anyway, I'm going to crack it and stack it. I know this beer's a good one. It's a nice, nice, easy drinking lager. There is beer absolutely everywhere. It's on my microphone. I hope that doesn't make it fizzle out. I've already got way too much of a head on this beer, but as you can see, it's a nice, light, golden color, easy peasy, lemon squeezy lager. Cheers, everybody. Here's to the weekend. Oh, that is so good. It's all over my mustache. I can feel the bubbles in there. It's light, it's easy drinking. If you like light, refreshing, crisp lagers, then this one is for you. I highly suggest you check it out. Wherever you are in the world, ask them if they've got Moosehead Canadian Lager. Let's get back to the review and let's get the back off that watch and take a look inside. Okay, hope you enjoyed that look at that great Moosehead beer. I like that one a lot. Now we're back at the watch. I've taken the opportunity to put it into my watch clamp here, and I've got my case back removal tool. So we're just going to unscrew the case back here and take a look at the movement we've got inside. Okay, so here's the movement inside. We're going to take our little spyglass tool here and we're going to have a little look, a closer look, and see if we can see some of the markings on there and try and figure out what we've got going on. So first of all, it does say here that this movement has 5 joules. It says Swiss parts, and right there it says that it's a Ronda 5021. What I can tell you about this particular movement is that the Ronda 5021 is a Swiss quartz movement with Swiss parts. It's a chronograph movement. The battery in this is a 395 cell battery, which is just over here, and that battery in this particular movement is going to be good for about 4.5 years of battery life. Now you may not get as much as that if you're using the chronograph all the time, but certainly it is capable of 4.5 years of battery life. This movement is hackable, meaning the second hand stops when you pull out the crown. And you know, I've looked up online the accuracy of this movement, and we've got some people saying they get it to plus or minus 1 to 2 seconds a month, which is amazing, and other people saying they get it to plus or minus 10 seconds a month. Nice having a screw down case back, all the better for water resistance, little black rubber seal on there. I'm going to seal this back up and we're going to do one last shot of the lume on the face of this watch. Now I think that's perfectly acceptable. We've got lume on the hour and minute hand there, as you can see, and also on the double marker at the 12 o'clock position and the single marker at the 6 o'clock position. Remember again, this is not a dive watch. It's not made for going underwater. So there it is, the lume, and let's get back to the review. Well, that's it, my friends. That's my review of the Pioneer chronograph from Wishmoor Watches. I want to say a big thank you to Richard at Wishmoor Watches for sending it through, and very, very kind of him to agree to let me keep the watch. I absolutely love it. Again, if you want to check these watches out, make sure you do it tomorrow or within the next week or so, because there is 10% off, and make sure you go check them out at wishmoorwatches.com. Again, I'll put that link in the description below this video. If you want to check them out and follow them on Instagram, you can follow them at Wishmoor Watches. Now, it's been an absolute pleasure doing this episode for you. Thanks so much to each and every single one of you that responded to my last post on Wednesday, where I said I was backing things off to only one video a week instead of 3. Your support means the absolute world to me, everybody. It really does. You've been so kind. As always, please do consider subscribing if you enjoyed this video and my content. Please do leave me a thumbs up if you don't mind. That really helps me rank on YouTube, and it's so easy to do. And also, please do leave me a comment in the comment section below. Heck, it can be on anything you like. I just love to hear from you all, and I love responding and chatting with you all over the world. It means the absolute world to me, everybody. Well, that's it. Kick back, relax, enjoy your weekend. Don't forget to crack your favorite beer, or if you don't drink, your favorite soda. We'll see you again on Friday next week, a week today, for another watch review. Oh, and by the way, if you haven't seen it yet, check out that video right there. That's a really good one. And check out the Beer and Watches logo right there to subscribe. I'm Matt Johnson. Take care, and bye for now.